My name is Ridhakshi. I am from Kashmir. I study in grade 9th in Dolphin International School.
Hey, I'm Farhat Islam. I study in grade 10th in Dolphin International School and I'm from Kashmir.
I think mainly from my childhood, I had faced discrimination because of my religion, and I couldn't make friends. Really, that was putting a lot of mental pressure on me. And a few years before, I started to feel that many people around my community and in school feel the same way, like not the religious discrimination, but they feel like the mental pressure is on them. So I think what needs to change in the world is that the way people think about others and the way they pass judgment to them, the way they discriminate them, and the mental pressure which is being put on not only on students but also on like elders and teachers. The role I play in bringing about this change is that I started doing workshops in my school first and then in my community. I call my project the Chandra, and during the workshop I make sure that the children don't feel like discouraged, they feel a safe space to be heard. And also I did another project which I call the benevolence with along with 15 other volunteers, where we donated like to more than 100 students stationery items in the backward areas. We went into the tribes of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and orphanages and interacted with the students about their daily, like the daily basis, what they do and what pressure they feel on them. We have also provided like blankets, clothes to nomadic tribes in Kashmir from like Rajasthan and Jharkhand type of areas from Kashmir. Like they came from Jharkhand and Rajasthan to Kashmir, and also to Gujar communities.
So there are many things in the world that need to be changed. We live in a world that's really beautiful, and at the same time there are certain things that are happening that need to be changed. There are some things we really can't reach there. Say something is happening in government schools, we'll have to shake a huge system to reach to the high authorities to change anything. But at the really basic level, or some bigger issues which we can also solve at really basic level, say environment issues we are dealing with, and many other issues, gender inequality, caste equality, religious discriminations, they exist. So we can change these things at really basic and grassroots level. If there is anything, any environmental deterioration happening in your community, you can solve that at a really basic level. You don't have to reach higher authorities for that. So I think in a world we live, religious discrimination, caste inequalities, and environmental issues and many other things need to be changed. And the role I'm playing is a really small one, and after joining the retreat I think it's really important one, because as Shaheen ma'am told us that we have to take a really small steps at once, and many people taking these small steps come to a huge big change. And what the role I'm playing is dealing with the environmental problems and some social viewpoints regarding art and craft, that they think it's not a good thing, there is no scope in that, and they don't want the children to learn art and craft. And about gardening, I'm doing we have a project in our school that's we call that Garden of Hope, a garden where hope grows from roots. So why we introduced that project in our school was to deal with the post-COVID stress, because some people found gardening stress relieving. And why we did was to provide, because lot with lesser trees around, many students feel really less connected with nature. They don't really get a space to connect with nature. Therefore we provided Garden of Hope to them to connect with nature. There are many, no matter how much efficient teachers we have, no matter how nice our school is, but there may be certain things that need to be changed. Like a school needs to have safe spaces for its kids, voices should be heard, and our education, I feel, is but the education is for students, and the maximum role should be played by students need to decide how they want the things to happen. But we see students have a really less role in it. So I think education system needs to be revolutionized, because students need to take hold of certain things which they think are wrong in the education system.
What is education is that it's not only about being literate, but it's about like having the values, right values, the correct values in yourself, so that you can live life as a basic, like you can live life more happier, and you can make it a happy place for others also. So education is not only like it's written on the book so that only a teacher can teach it, but also there are sometimes some consequences are like students say something that a teacher can learn from. There are many times when students teach teacher. So after joining like KER Revolutionary Retreat, I got to know that many students share more like higher concepts which may be not included in the textbook, which come from experiences in life which many people have faced earlier in their life in a younger self. So I think like students can also be change makers. They can also play a part in education and try to like they can also teach people. I'll say that all the sessions, all the spaces, like creating with all people from around the from around India, was like truly amazing and great. But the session I liked the most was Museum of Sunshine, because it taught me in particular, like if I say in my opinion, that if you are focusing on a problem, you should think like why is this problem existing. Like the question should be why this problem is existing, so that we get a better view of the problem. And in Museum of Sunshine, we try to focus on our problem, get a better version of our like the solutions for the problem, and imagine a better place without the problem, so we could find the solutions for the problem in much like efficient way. So I will say that Museum of Sunshine was the most memorable moment for me.
I had two favorite things from the whole retreat. The whole retreat was really, really great, but the things that I really liked was the session we did with Shaheen Didi, where she asked us to build a mandala, then throw our problems rolled in a newspaper. At that, I felt really uncertain about why are we doing this. We are creating a solution, how our world without these problems would look like, and then we are ourselves throwing the problems at them. So then when after that, Shaheen Didi told us to tear down the whole thing and then recreate the whole mandala again from the pieces. So I learned that no matter how much you will break apart, how much you fall, no matter how much you are broken, you can build everything again from the scratch. So that was the key learning I took from that. And another thing was the how we can solve anything by feel, imagine, do and share process. I felt that was really nice process. I'm going to implement that definitely in my life.